And back in we go. Bait up against Nigma here in game 2 of this best of 3. Nigma with a 16.5 victory in game 1. This time around, Bait looking as good draft-wise. We'll have to see how the lanes fare, of course, with LeBron, Lich. Go stick on that Pangolier. King R, Shadow Demon up top. Dendy mid on the Mars against Weehar DP. While down bottom, Mind Control Darkseer and Kuroki playing that Earthshaker into the Excalibur Morphling. While the PL and IO, Miracle and GH respectively, cutting through a bunch of trees top already.
They're once again prepared for this lane. Hedris on GH, cutting down the trees. Both heroes have Magic Stick against Shadow Demon. If he decides Shadow Poison is a good spell instead of Disrupt.
I think we quickly have to restart the Discord call. I was praising it not too long ago. Like 5 minutes ago, I was saying how good the Discord call quality was, and of course now it's like, nope, not for you.
Stay frosty.
And the odds looking pretty heavily favored towards Nigma there, of course, after game 1. 1.04 return for Nigma and 9.22 for Bait. Pretty wild.
I guess that's expected, considering that they got only 1 kill in the previous game. So they have a full vision on the top lane as they cut down all the trees on the side. Pangolier needs to be careful about using Swashbuckle, like offensively. It's a 20-second cooldown spell. King R, once again, will get the pull off.
Mind Control down bottom, forced to salve. He's going to stack up the wave, it looks like. Force Morphling to farm under tower. That Frost Blast, you're talking about cooldowns. 7 seconds on Frost Blast, doing a magnificent job against MC on this DS. And a great Fisher there, Kuroki, blocking off Excalibur so he can't join the waves, and they will push forward. We'll get a second one connecting, though. So top lane, the vision you're talking about, all the trees cut down. Miracle 6-0 to the Pangos 4-0, but Ghostic chasing GHIO back as King R has dragged wave between tier 1, tier 2, up at top. And mid lane looking pretty good for Mars so far. 7-2 against 4-0. Dandy with a
Mars
great
has
start.
a very nice attack animation. So early on, he will get the better CS once that Prophet hits like level 3. She will be using Spirit Siphons to heal up. Dandy. Oh, he has no mana for the spear. It would have been a first blood. Problem is, in this matchup, Mars has very limited mana pool. So if you use Spear just to cancel out the Spirit Siphon, you're gonna be playing without mana for the next minute.
We will have that Soul Ring very shortly. Also has the salve. MC, 5 CS. Earthshaker with a couple. Looks like Kuroki's job is going to be contesting pulls, dragging waves for the most part here. Top lane pressure from Miracle and GH though. Pull across by the Shadow Demon. Fully contested by Nigma. It doesn't feel like Pango or SD can really stand up against the sustain. You mentioned
remember when people were just controlling the lanes near their towers so no one's getting XP? Now you want to push them out. Your supports drag the creep wave to the side camp, deny a lot of XP from the enemy while you're still farming.
Allows you to play much more aggressively and get stuff done like this. Push damage onto your opponents. They still have a few tangos up their sleeve. SD with the boots as well. Allows him to get her out of danger. But yeah, Miracle probably just going to shove this wave as quickly as possible, get across to the pull camp. Continue getting that CS. DP about a wave behind the Mars as that continues mid lane, but still trading regen and harass very nicely. MC being pinged out here. Bait want to get a good amount of damage onto him. Pushing that wave towards his tier 1 as Kuroki also drags the additional wave coming back in. Well, let's see what LeBron can do to stop this Earthshaker mucking around with Equilibrium.
And nothing.
Yeah, absolutely not. Oh, one Frost Blast. There you go. Kuroki just walks it off.
LeBron
Cool.
is saving a point just in case like they get the Darkseer very low, and then he uses Sinister Gaze instead of Frost Shield. Like this lane is very strong. Lich with any hero that can get on top of you, close the gap. Morphling is that hero, but it's not that efficient against the Surge. Oh, LeBron in trouble. That's gonna be first blood.
Down goes the Lich. Mid lane.
You asked what LeBron can do.
Absolutely nothing. And Wii has been saved up mid lane as well. Kept alive by the
Miracle on
GHIO on
top lane.
top. Miracle. Yeah, chased by GH. Every lane has got action happening.
I love how Bait is like reading the map. Since there was GH rotation on the mid lane, they instantly started playing aggressive on the top lane. They know that there's no healing coming out from Io. Yeah, man, Io will have a flask to bring the Miracle, so he's gonna be full HP.
Nice bounty ring grab there by Kuro, and Excalibur waveform to secure the kill. The Vac back. That's mind control with a level 1 vacuum. Disrupted up though. Stopped in his tracks, and that's a double for Bait. Excalibur and King R getting up on the board. 2-1. Coming out of that bot lane looking pretty decent.
If this game goes post like 25-30 minutes, Phantom Lancer gets farmed. Shadow Demon with Ether Lance cast range, like using Disruption on PL illusions is gonna cause so much problems for Nigma. And you have Purge against Darkseer, removing both Surge and the Ion Shell from the target. So once again, King R will, like, can't compare it to the previous game because they had one kill. But Shadow Demon and his positioning and what he's doing is gonna be crucial this game.
His positioning now, smoked up mid, catching out DP. They've got Arena of Blood, and the spear into those Guardians, but the heal from the IO, not quite enough. Even with a salve and 1 charges, GH could not keep Wii alive. 3-1 now for Bait. Laning stage looking much better. Bottom lane, Mind Control, the Sinister Gaze there from LeBron to stop the surge from allowing Mind Control to run. They don't have Adaptive Strike, and Waveform still on cooldown, but very
Mind
good
Control
pressure.
came prepared to this lane. Infused Raindrop, Magic Wand. So he's building all these small, cheap items just so that he can survive. He was prepared for that Sinister Gaze.
Yo, King R. Big stacks. Getting some money, getting some XP. Darkseer has a couple of stacks himself, falls back on them to farm. Kuroki building up even more. High ground Observer Ward from the Radiant. In fact, 3 wards from the Radiant all around this mid lane, giving them perfect vision of where Nigma are playing. Expending your vision early, though, you know, it's going to secure you a pretty good early laning stage, but you'll be lacking in those Observer Wards around that 10-12 minute mark. Iron Talon for King R. He has cleared through all of these jungle camps. Very speedily heading towards level 6.
When you have a self-sustainable offlaner like Timbersaw, like Pango is usually not the one if you put a pressure on him, but Io doesn't provide any kind of stun lockdown. Oh, they caught DP once again.
We down. Pango rolling in, catching out the IO. Sinister Gaze there, and GH trying to tether across to Kuroki. But another little bonus kill there from Bait. 8 minutes in, we're looking at Mars, level 7. Dandy. Getting blocked off. Double damage rune is up top, though, so he can refill his bottle regardless. King R is still farming jungle, hey?
I don't mind that. Like, if he can do that, Pangolier is getting solo XP on the top lane. Some nice tier 1 items dropping for them. Keen Optic, Fated Bro. Mars has Ironwood Tree. So any extra stats, mana for Mars early on is a very good item. Keen Optic for Shadow Demon.
Yeah,
Not efficient early on, but you know, in the mid game, it's what matters. Another good spear on the tower.
A heal from GH, not enough again. Rotations come through, and Bait make it work. I thought they would get the Darkseer kill earlier on, but Mind Control did escape as LeBron fell mid. But the rotation from not only Dendi, But Excalibur's Morphling.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
3.9k up on him. But we can't forget, Miracle on this Phantom Lancer is continuing to completely free farm. 4.5k net worth. Pressuring into Ghost Stick. Moving in towards his Diffusal Blade pretty quickly. And PL is a hero that Miracle can absolutely go off on. And with the laning phase, net worth lead, everything, you know, 6-2, okay, you're 4 kills ahead, you've shut down the Darks here a bit, DP's looking sad and worse for wear. But it's only a 1k lead overall. You haven't got this insurmountable, massive, you know, critical mass behind Bait that can carry them through.
They are farming a lot, and they have good ways to deal with PL. You have Pangolier with the lucky shot. Ghost Stick rolling in.
Nice doppelganger. Still connecting with the Rolling Thunder, but he's microed the illusion away, baiting with his hero standing still.
The real hero.
Bounty runes.
Outpost.
It's 2 for 2.
1 for 1.
1 for 1 outpost. Yeah, absolutely right. Ghost Stick needs some bottle charges, but Dendy's not going to give them to him. He's going to return to mid, secure the farm. Ghost Stick can just go and get his bounty rune back there.
And also remember, it's a Morphling against the Earthshaker. So this is how you win a game. I've seen some Galaxy Brain plays when you play Earthshaker against Morph.
Arena of Blood with the spear, and is that 4 in a row? 1-4-0.
Yes, it is.
Tears in her eyes as the Death Prophet really hasn't got off the ground. Exorcism back up in 5 seconds.
Yeah, so I was talking about the big plays when you're playing Earthshaker against Morphling. You don't skill Enchant Totem at all. So he can't get it.
Just don't let him have it. Level 6 here, Kuroki hasn't leveled up ulti yet. Still holding a point, there we go. Excalibur bottom, no silence here from the DP, so I don't think there's kill threat. I'll try and group up around her and maybe push the tier 1 with Exorcism. It's a little risky though, I feel like Bait can come down and defend that quite nicely. But they've got the response, Nigma, that's, you know, ace up the sleeve, right? Relocate with PL, able to join from across the map whenever needed. That's what's being respected here by Bait. Allow that tier 1 bottom to drop, pressure the 1 mid. Mind control, level 3 vacuum, only 1 point in the surge.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Is that normal now, Lacoste?
I believe so. I've seen some Darkshire going for it since the recent change of percentage base to flat 250. Like, look at his move speed.
Yeah.
630. I mean, duration is 1 second per level. Also, I guess they want to fight early on. They have Earthshaker, who is level 6. One of the reasons why they want to like give Phantom Lancer more farm, so they are able to take a fight. I don't think you need more than 3 points in vacuum.
Smoke from Bait behind their tier 1 mid as Excalibur shows on the tier 1 dire side. Backstab from Nigma, probably coming in. Has been scouted out by the poison of King R. Dendy. Arena of Blood, not coming, he's silenced up. Shadow Demon focused down and blown completely out of the water. In that river, he's demolished as Kuroki doesn't get a single spell off. Dies to the hands of Excalibur, and inside this arena, Miracle and the Chain Frost bounces, annihilating Nigma. 3 down, will follow. It is beautiful from Bait as Mind Control under the sentry. He's revealed
Vision
up.
of Darkshire.
Darkseid has to surge away.
Oh, Mind Control was extremely greedy on the top lane, like staying there one more wave. He wanted some extra XP, had Invis in the bottle, and there was already been pressure on the mid lanes. Much better game from Bait this game.
11-3, yeah, we're seeing a complete turn of the tables. 13.5 minutes in. Phantom Lancer is still top of net worth with that Diffusal Blade. But I think Nigma might just need a little more time here. Get that pipe up on the Darkseer, get your initial items, really. Earthshaker wants the Blink Dagger, GH wants Mech over on the IO, and DP wants an item. Any item. Null bracer. Phase boot's now done. She's a little tankier than she once was. But no Yules, no real utility coming out of her just yet.
Pangolier with this kind of a build will also scale. Maelstrom against PL and the Illusions, of course, extremely effective. And this Vlad's opens up the Roche for you and the team. Like Mars, it's no joke, it's 25% lifesteal, especially for the Morphling. What is Morphling building? Dragonlance. Oh, it's been a while since I saw that item.
Yeah, Morbid Mask, Dragonlance, Manta Style now queued up. It's going to give him a nice bit of range there to click into DP, IO. Stay a little bit further away from the Phantom Lancer. Force him to gap close onto you. And of course the stats are wonderful on the Morph. As the 15-minute bounty runes are about to spawn up, both teams edging towards a fight down in the bottom half of the map. Ghost Stick wants to start it off, and that was a deny from Wee there. Gets rid of the bounty rune that Dendi wanted. And Mind Control getting a couple top means we get 3-0.
I see Kingar maxing out Soul Catcher after maxing out Shadow Poison, so he can farm the jungle and lane. Bottom lane, Morphling getting caught, but he can always get this.
Good silence. Has the Frost
Morph
Shield,
off.
and the Chain Frost in towards GH. Nothing to bounce to, though. It will just be the IO to fall with the Sinister Gaze and the Frost Blast taking him down. Exorcism going, and Mind Control trapped inside the Arena of Blood with the Death Prophet, trying to heal back up, but the Echo Slam catching Dendi, but he's so tanky. The Frost Shield finally finishes him off with the Fissure from Kuro, and a good stance yet again from Wee. Chasing Ghost Stick, Swashbuckle at the ready. Ghost Stick, I don't think he can get out of this one. He's got no spells remaining. Swashbuckle in 2, Miracle with the final touches. Oh, the shield crash, the damage, and the lifesteal coming out with that disarm onto PL. Somehow, Ghost Stick gets out of there. Sinister Gaze to stop the stun from Kuro. He will line up the Fissure, and Kingar drops, even on his own ramp. Nigma striking back with great success there.
This is the peak of Phantom Lancer. Like, you get the Diffusal Blade, you feel very strong, especially with IO being tethered up to you. Like, V has been struggling. But look at all these cheap items that he bought. 2 Null Talismans, a Casual Bracer, and a Magic one. So he wants to be able to fight with the team Nice Spear on the mid lane.
Yeah, Miracle. Still thinking about turning and fighting. He wants that tier 1. Wee just plants himself in front of his opponents as IO arriving. Deny from Mars. Dendi gets the job done. Removes the gold away from Nigma, but the chase is on from Miracle towards LeBron. Dodging the spear with the Doppelganger and LeBron. Diffusal Blade slows him up, and Morphling strikes into the backlines. DP annihilated by the Adaptive Strike, and a double kill for Excalibur. As Kuro, he's just got to bail away from this. A Doppelganger to high ground gets Miracle out. Spear flying, but doesn't catch him. And all that for a tier 1 that was denied.
I still believe Bait has much stronger team fight before Earthshaker gets the Blink Dagger, and he is buying a lot of sentries, which means that he's not gonna get it. Now Mars has a Blink Dagger for himself, so he can be setting up those arenas much better. 3 points in Soul Catcher. This spell just destroys Phantom Lancer and his illusions, unless you use a Doppelganger, so you dispel them.
Pipe and Wand here from Mind Control, still at 500 HP? Okay, never mind. Morphling shuts it down. I thought Nigma potentially could come in and find some room to play around with. PL wants to just continue farming. Kuroki miles away from that Blink Dagger. Where's GH? GH still needs the mech. 650 gold off that recipe. 16-6. Bait with 3 of the top 4 net worth. Shadow Demon, of course, looking pretty good in the support arena. Aetherlens done, working on the Glimmer Cape. And you were talking about Roshan. It's potential here. If Bait get 1 or 2 kills, just swing into the pit, can't they?
Yes, they can. Man, having Glimmer Cape and Force Staff on your supports feels so much worse because of the cast range reduction. Like, you need to stand so close, so any kind of item that gives you cast range, like Ether Lens, and I've seen Keen Optic being on Shadow Demon. Now he swapped it. He gave it to the Lich.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Dead Prophet wants to hit level 12, so Ghosts go from 8 to 16, double the amount.
That's when she starts feeling a bit stronger. As Vambrace here for wee DP. It doesn't look like Nigma want to contest Roshan right now. Ghost Stick and Excalibur in the pit. King are ready with LeBron to react, as well as Dendy's Blink and Arena of Blood. That will be Aegis in the hands of Excalibur's Morphling. Manta style very nearly completed to give him that extra bit of safety in these fights.
He can play extremely greedy before Earthshaker gets a Blink Dagger with Manta style, can get rid of the silence easily.
That was a risky TP from Pango. Good cancel.
Oh, both outposts controlled by Dire.
Bounty Rune's going to get controlled up by Radiant, though, it looks like. 3-1 again.
Arms for the dead.
DP has Yules completed. BKB queued now. They can't give Kuroki any farm priority because GH, yeah, he's about to complete that mech with a double damage rune. He's farming jungle. Darkseer, 1,000 gold saved up. I guess Blink wouldn't be bad here for mind control. Maybe a Force Staff to get away from Lich, Pango, Morphling, Mars. So much gap close and catch, as we see here onto Kuroki. Earthshaker ceases to exist. And Io relocate back to Fountain, trying to save up the Earthshaker with a relocate tether, it looked like. Not going to get the job done. They're spam pinging it out. They want to try and catch the GHIO. Let's see. Can he tether to DP? Just in time, away he goes. But the Demonic Purge onto Wii. Silence misses Excalibur, so they dive in with the spear back. Wii still healing up significantly through the Soul Siphons, but even with that Yule Scepter up, he's still taking out absolute pummeling. Nice. Echo slam onto the Lich. But Morphling still going as Wii. I don't know how he's still alive, Lacoste. He's kept himself flowing through this fight. Now a TP out from Dendy. Bait have overextended. Nigma get 2 kills. Searching for Excalibur in the back lines. He's TP'd himself away, so the 3 cores of the Radiant do escape. But
there was a buyback from Kuro, but it's what they need to do. They need to get rid of these 2 supports and then focus on the rest. Like killing Lich before he could get the ult off, or Shadow Demon before he could get any of the spells off, most importantly Soul Catcher or a Disruption defensively. Now they're chasing. They're fighting into Aegis.
The pings are coming. Excalibur walks straight past the ramp. Fisher there with a silence to follow. Morphling. He has Manta and Aegis, and a disruption onto the PL will create a couple of illusions for the SD. That is beautiful from Bait. They knew exactly what was coming. He Mantas and Doppelgangers, but he doesn't get out of the Mars. Oh, he does! He does get out of the Mars ulti. Miracle with a tether now from GH back into the PL and the TP home. Nigma have disengaged, and I just don't believe it. My eyes deceive me. Surely, Lacoste, none of them die?
I thought they were gonna... That was gonna end in disaster. Not the target that you want to go for, Morphling with the Aegis and Manta style. You start with the silence from DP. Like, he can just get rid of that easily. Also, Shadow Demon was in a vicinity to use Disruption. And there's some really nice plays you can do because of the Fisher from Earthshaker, either Spear of the Mars, or you can bounce with the Rolling Thunder off of that. Thank God they changed that Essence Ring is not a heal anymore.
What, so Io can't use it properly?
Yeah.
Nice chain stun into silence. Onto the Ghost Stick Pango. Exorcism expended, so Nigma here would like to get a little bit more. LeBron gives away his positioning, so 2 quick kills here for Nigma, and maybe even a tier 2 middle lane. PL shoving out top lane, and map control just like that, the drop of the hat. It's straight into the hands of Nigma.
You do not expect team to play this aggressively if you're the one who's holding Aegis. Like, they're finding a lot of the kills. Bait, they should group up and try to make stuff happen. They still have only a minute left on Aegis, so it's not going to be used properly. They lost 2 tier 2 towers now.
Morphling does get a good shove down bottom lane. And yeah, 45 seconds on the Aegis. Mid-tier 2, half HP, still reasonably healthy. And it is a minute and a half on Exorcism, as Nigma are a little reliant on that ulti to make these team fights work. Give some farm priority to Kuroki. A lot of it getting stolen by the Iron Shell from Darkseer, as Soulcatcher mid, Wee holding the Yules for now. Turns with the Spirit Siphon. Where's the backup for Wee here? The IO comes in with a heal and the relocate home. Do you leave Wee in Fountain, or do you come back in to fight? Nigma are kind of skirting around the edges of this area.
They're close.
They want to tether back the IO, though, it looks like, and just try and get him out of there. Unfortunately for GH, Sinister Gaze and Spear will shut down that plan. Dead for 30 seconds and an opening for Bait. PL out across the map, as Mind Control looks for a Lotus Orb. Only about 900 gold away from it. You can disassemble those arcane boots.
That's a great item. This removing the Charm from Pangolier, another good Mars ulti on the mid. They know there's no IO, so there's not gonna be any kind of save.
Kuro still over 1,000 gold away from Blink Dagger. It is a long, long road towards that first item.
Great item against the Soul Catcher. What is Mars building? BKB. Still a bit low on the damage, relying just on Arena of Blood.
Miracle.
To deal the damage.
Good vacuum. Cancels the Rolling Thunder for a second. Bail away. Nigma still trying to fight in the backlines. Wee is focusing King R, but the turnaround comes from Dendi Excalibur. Weehaw gets shredded. And now what does Nigma do? They've got to run, they've got to hide. This Radiant side looking like a light bulb has popped over their head. Hey, hang on a second, we can just kill DP over and over again. Shut down this Earthshaker already. At what point is this Phantom Lancer going to be able to 1v5? Is this the kind of game you can?
Well, Phantom Lancer definitely is one of the strongest carries in the game. But remember, you're playing against the Shadow Demon. Once he maxes out Disruption, he's going to be using that offensively, lowering the cooldown. And he wants to have PL. One thing that I was thinking of, like, what if Morph was building the Fuse Blade Manta style?
Oh, like the old
then
days.
Turning into, yeah, like the old days. But then again, you're playing against the Earthshaker, so he could just wipe you out with the Echo Slam.
True.
Okay, you have one PL. Morph turns into him, gets the Fusel Blade. With the Shadow Demon, you have more than him.
More illusions.
I think the game would just crash. Remember when we had Phantom Lancer against DB?
With, yeah, and if you add like a Monkey King into the game as well. Like Wukong's command plus reflection onto PL. FPS goes into negative digits. Neutral items, Lacoste. What have we got? Greater Fairy Fire and Paladin Sword for the Radiant. Repair Kit, Titan Sliver, and Enchanted Quiver over on the Dire. PL with the Titan Sliver, pretty good item. Status resistance, always handy. Bait want to try and close this one out. Roshan fast spawn is in 2 seconds, so a fight now could open things up for them as they hunt for the PL. With the IO in the jungle. Nigma are pinging themselves out, saying, run, hide, get away. Earthshaker shoving out top lane. Very well dodged.
Earthshaker just wants to get his Blink Dagger. 700 gold away from it.
Go Bait, guys. I want my Blink.
If someone shows, he's going to go back to the lane, try to farm it up. 2 heroes showing on the mid lane. Kuroki, get out of the trees. Farm that Blink Dagger.
That Blink is most certainly the game-swinging item here. 20 to 10, a 3k lead for Bait, but it's kind of plateaued out. They've not had more than a 4k lead, really, throughout this game. Even though they have been ahead for the past, well, 20 minutes. Experience very even as well, as they do scout Miracle. Doppelganger early. Has the Manta on cooldown, so no way to get out of the spear. Pushed out of the Arena of Blood, though, and GH still giving heals up to the Phantom Lancer. Destroyed, though. as the damage comes out of Bait. 5 heroes strong. Take down the Phantom Lance and the IO to follow, so 60 seconds. They've got a bit of a clock here where they can go and take potential tier 2s, move back into Roshan, but a minute and a half on the Roshan timer makes things a bit awkward for them.
Very nicely done by Ghostic. He clips the Phantom Lancer, then tries to find Io. He understands that there is Io somewhere. They had a vision of him with that, I'm going to call it a weird observer board, but they found Io, so he stopped the relocate. Roche will respawn in a minute. Another Titan Sliver for Radiant.
Oh, Morphling, yeah.
Both Paladin Sword and Titan Sliver dropped.
Oh, Kuro is
Greater
so
Fairy
close.
Fire on Dendi. Building into some damage items right now. Deso has level 15, 25 damage talent.
I'm a big fan of this. Kuro given the Vambrace, keeping it on int for the spell amp. And his blink is 100 gold away. Level 2 Echo Slam with spell amp, going to be pretty massive here. There it is. Blink Dagger Earthshaker, 30 minutes in. He is position 5, so you can't hold it against him, and we're getting this kind of free flow of big items now coming out. BKB for the Death Prophet, all ready. Phantom Lancer very close to the Abyssal Blade. He's had Diffusal Blade for about 20 minutes already, got it like 12.
And here's the smoke from Nigma. And GH, what a bro. He bought a couple of sentries so that Earthshaker can farm his Blink Dagger.
Swashbuckle forward, opens up Ghost Stick. That is a nice little pick-off. Roshan is alive now. He respawns literally as Ghost Stick dies. This is going to get scouted. Nigma knows. Buyback ready on the Pangolier. Shadow Demon, Glimmer Cape. Double Bracer there on the Lich. Mars. 9-second BKB. Kuroki. No Blink Echo Slam as he is annihilated by Excalibur. Diving in with his own BKB, but bashed up by the PL. Still has the Manta style to create a couple of illusions of himself. Mind Control holding onto the wall in the vacuum, but you're right. The Morphling no mana, forced to Strength Morph now as Ghost Stick board back, rolls into the PL. Io still on the right-hand side, just biding his time. Wee with the BKB, diving in deep here. 1 versus 5 almost until the rest of his team arrives. King R, focused by Miracle on the top left of your screen, and now the Yule's up onto Mars. Bait are getting outplayed. Vac back onto Dendi, and that's another hero down. Morphling had to bail back to base and back into Roche. Kuroki didn't even need to blink Echo Slam.
This is the problem that Morphling has in the mid game. Even though you have a Black King bar, once that is gone, your full mana is gonna be removed by Phantom Lancer and his illusions. Also, this Lotus Orb removing completely the Soul Catcher, which is a pretty big deal on any of the cores.
Aegis and Cheese going to Nigma now. Wonderful execution. And that net worth lead, it just keeps on dropping. Soon going to be in the hands of this dire team. As tier 2 mid and bottom still yet to be claimed, sitting at about half HP. 50 seconds until Exorcism is up. Miracle with Invis Abyssal Blade though. If he finds a target, they are likely dead. They still have this vacuum wall echo. Like, the thing is, Nigma won that fight. The only big ulti they used, or big cooldown they used, was Exorcism. Relocate is back up.
So that means they can fight once again. DP will soon be level 18, so level 3 Exorcism ready in 20 seconds. I mean, he needs to get to level 18 first. Oh, Kingar has a sentry, but yeah, man, Miracle, what a player. He has a dust for himself.
Like, he's holding Aegis, Abyssal, Manta, Diffusal Blade, but he has a dust to find that Kingar Shadow Demon, one of the most important targets on the map, like you've been mentioning, since the draft, this position for SD. Dead for 35 more seconds. So, tier 1 mid, is that what we're going for here, Nigma? They're swinging up top. They're looking for more targets they can kill. They want blood.
Ultra carry.
Jump in
He
from
puts
Kuro.
Iron Shell on him, Surge, and Lotus Orb.
And there's the jump. Nice spear back, but LeBron's still caught. Ghost Scepter's up as Wee tries to dump magic damage in the Vac back into a Fisher that's stolen by Excalibur. Zoning out a little bit here, but Nigma dealing with a Chain Frost pretty damn well with Lotus Orb up now. It'll just be GH who pops the cheese. He's still up and running. Speared out of the arena. I don't know how the hell that happened. He was up in the air or something, but they're being destroyed. Oh, Bait, you've lost momentum now. Tether forward, chase into the base. Ghost Stick Echo slammed. It's a single target Echo, but it's an ultra kill for Miracle.
Yeah, I believe this game is over. We saw this before, some interaction with the Mars ulti. He got clipped.
Rampage!
There it is, Rampage!
They dive the fountain. Miracle annihilating his opponents. 5 heroes down. Bait, what has happened?
Yeah, shield crash tossed GH into the air, so the Mars spear threw him out. Since Mars Arena is the sphere, we saw that interaction between Tusk and Mars with the Walrus Punch. So instead of stunning him on the edges of Mars Arena, you actually push him out.
Weird stuff. Lich is the only hero alive, and your throne is falling. 35 minutes in. Nigma with the massive comeback. That swing from 5k lead down to 6k advantage for Nigma. Throne is about to fall. Okay, Bait have some heroes coming back up now. They jump forward. Dendi yules up into that nice little meteor hammer, but a BKB for the Mars keeps him up and running. They still lose 2 heroes very quickly. Supports are down, and Miracle is beyond godlike. Phantom Lancer at 14, 2 and 3. Excalibur chasing the Earthshaker, but it's already over. 2-0 victory for Nigma.